He about to try to Chinese math me out the college playoff. You can't take me out. Alex, you can't take us out.
I'm not. I'm saying everything ain't smoke. I'm just weighing in on the conversation. I'm saying maybe this is why they were still ahead of you guys. They lost to 2 ranked teams, and you guys lost to 2 unranked teams. So they kind of just kept it there. But they did come back to what you always said was the head-to-head. That's all I'm saying. Everything ain't smoke, champ.
Everything is smoke to me, though. Listen, I'm apologizing to everybody on this show.
Hey, I got my bottle here today, man.
Everything, dog. I'm sorry. This is it, Mo. I gotta embody the energy in its totality.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. Welcome to Start with the Facts. Yo, happy Monday. Welcome back to Start with the Facts. I'm your host, Maurice Claret. It's a sunny and gorgeous Monday for my man DJ down in sunny South Florida, Mr. Miami. My man got his leg up. Look, it ain't so sunny in Ohio for me, right? So, hey, I thought I was going to come back and start talking shit. But you know what? If one win, we all win. So, y'all getting in was the highlight of my weekend. I was a little salty we lost Indiana. We'll get into that in a minute. But we have the whole show with us. We got Will here. Will didn't fuck up, right? So, that's you know what happened last week, Will? You might have been a bad luck charm. You look. That's what it is. You didn't fuck up last week, so that might have like threw the energy off, right? You're supposed to mess up. Ever since we've been together, you've been messing up. We've been winning. The moment that you actually get together and get your life in order, yeah, you might have threw the omen off, right? Yeah. Yes, we might have to fucking switch that around, Will. But we got Jerm in the house, Brian in the house, Alex in the house. But we're going to kick the show off right. And Mr. Miami, the Miami guy, the Bronco man, everything they try to do to disrespect you. Tell us how you feeling down in sunny South Florida, my man.
Hey. And listen, I'm going to be honest. We're not going to be humble about it. At all. Hey, at all. Listen. It's Miami versus everybody. All 11 of you is up. We ain't finna be humble about it. Listen. I scream so loud, though. I scare everybody in the house.
Look,
I'm watching the committee and my heart beating when I saw that you go. Oh! listen. We not finally right for somebody that has been screwed over time and time again in college football, like, let me go down the resume. Remember when we had the BCS and the computers, right? We were a top 5 team playing against Florida State. We beat them, I think, week 4.
Which year was this? We got to walk our listeners through the timelines.
The timeline for that was my freshman year.
Okay.
Right, we lost to Washington second game of the season.
Okay.
Then we met Florida State around week 5 or 6. Both teams were in the top 5. We beat them. We run the table. Florida State runs the table. But because we didn't beat La Tech by a certain amount of points that the BCS computer thought, we didn't get credit as a win. Florida State leapfrogged us and went and played in the national championship.
That's the year they played Tennessee?
No, that's the year I think that they played Vic.
Oh, Virginia Tech, you're right about that.
Was it Vic?
Yeah, Virginia Tech, yep.
Right? And then, look, we all know about the flag. So, I'm not bringing this. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. We are used to calls not going our way, right?
Okay.
So now that this one went our way, we have to understand this is still going to be far in between. So that means we're not going to come in here polite, appreciative to get in. What Dave Chappelle said, they should have never gave y'all money. Right? They should have never let us in, because we not gonna be humble about it. The only way, not the only way, we coming in as Miami Hurricanes with the swag, with the shit talking, hit stick, bust stick, talk motherfucking shit.
Look, I'm not mad at you. I'm rooting for y'all only for 2 selfish reasons, right? I want to see y'all in the Cotton Bowl. And listen to me.
Bart Scott, can't wait.
Listen to me. I'm rooting for Miami against Texas A&M One, I want to see y'all in the Cotton Bowl, and if it was Texas A&M to beat y'all, that'd be basically like a home game for them. Yeah. Because when we played in the Cotton Bowl last year, it was damn near a Texas game. Like, you probably had about 10,000 Ohio State fans. You probably had 70,000 the University of Texas fans. We played them last year. So, one, I want to do that, and then I want content with you. Look at this nigga, Will. Will fucking up. That's a good sign for us. That means that it's going to happen, right? Will's supposed to be paying attention to the comment. This nigga all on. Hey, this is how Abdul Carter. This is how Abdul Carter get caught. This nigga over here looking at smut while we supposed to.
Come on, Will.
Look, he looking at smut. Hey, so he's supposed to be writing down time stamps. Come on, Will. This nigga all on Pornhub. You know what I'm saying? Did you see Mike? Did you see Michael Irvin leaving Potter's house yesterday? Do you even know what Potter's house is? Okay, you did grow up in the church, right? So you at least you know what TD Jakes is, right? So did you see how? Like, so you got to understand that Mike Irvin. Hold it. Are y'all gonna bring that horn with y'all? Where do y'all play? Where do y'all play Texas A&M at?
It's a home game for them, College Station.
Oh shit! Oh, Brian did tell me that.
And last time we went down there, we beat their ass. So look, 12 man don't mean shit.
Okay, this is how Miami niggas. All right,
wait. The last two times we played them, and listen, I'm gonna save all of.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna save the integrals for later that week. But at the end of the day, all year everybody's been talking about how great and good Texas A&M is, and the excuse was, well, you haven't seen them, you really haven't seen them play. Well, we saw them play. I saw them play against South Carolina, and I saw them play against Texas, and they don't look tough to me. And
so who everybody name? What is his name?
Marcel Reed.
Marcel Reed. Okay.
So Miami fans have been complaining all year about Mario's style of football. Well, his style of football is built for moments like this. We got the best D-line in the country. We got huge offensive line. We got Carson Beck, who has been in big-time games, right? Let's not get it twisted. At Georgia, he's been in big-time games. The formula is Carson Beck has to throw the ball under 20 times. That's it. If we're going to throw the ball over 20 times, 5 or 6 of them got to be Malachi Tony or somebody else. Because the only time that we've lost games is when Carson Beck has thrown the ball 35, 40 times. So I'm so excited. I'm just geek. I'm
really happy for you.
Shit like this don't happen to people like us.
We rooting for you. I want to see the reunion. Look, I'm just gonna tell y'all selfishly, I just want it for content. And I'm not lying to you. I want content. I want all the shit talking. And then they're gonna replay the game we played years ago. Yes. More shit talking like that. Yes. Then we're gonna be back in the algorithm. I ain't lying. That's all. I need selfish reasons.
Listen. Now it's only one because it was supposed to be the national championship. We still can meet. You feel me?
I tell you this, well, at least before we move on, I will say this. If y'all want to say anything about it, but at least y'all do have a chance to actually play for a national champion. So you can never say that y'all have never had a shot to play for a national championship in Miami. So. I don't know if y'all anything.
No, I was excited when they announced Miami. I mean, I think Miami, Texas A&M, that's a fun game to watch. And this is a little bit of a divergent into something we can talk about later. But if you look at the list of bowl games, like look outside of the playoffs, and I challenge you to find 3 bowl games that you would enjoy watching, that you'll sit down and actually watch, even a part of the game.
I would have watched BYU and Notre Dame.
You would have.
I would have.
Another topic we got to cover. But Miami, Texas A&M, all the playoff games I think will be interesting. The JMU and Tulane, I'm not like going out of my way.
Yeah, I'm happy you still
to watch those. But that game, Miami, Texas A&M,
that's a good game.
Phenomenal game. I can't wait to watch.
You going to the game, DJ?
I'm trying to decide, man. These Dime Life Dime Life sales is coming in waves. Hey, my machine broke.
Your machine broke.
Man, I got to find a backup guy. My on-demand machine. Listen, it's a good problem, though. I'm going to fix it, baby. I'm going to fix it.
I got you. I got you.
I need help.
So yeah, move on to do you want to talk about the Ohio State?
I don't care.
Indiana game?
No, I'm not a sore loser. No, they lost or we lost. Well, I don't say they. Yeah. I was like, they lost. Yeah.
It's we through 12 weeks.
We won, they lost.
Yeah, you got to probably fix that.
No, we lost. No, I mean, it's fair and square, right? So the only real reason I was like, so aside from losing, I said this, man, I wanted to beat Indiana more than I wanted to beat Michigan, right? And it was serious, right? And part of the reason was, Kurt Signetti, he talks a lot of shit. So that makes sport fun. So one thing I told Will when you come up, you can never take away like what somebody else did in the moment. Like Kurt Signetti, what he did for his team to talk these guys up and talk shit and get all these guys who are 3 and 4 star players to play like 5-star guys and have like this rally around a team and a fan base to have something and for giving them something to be proud of. You can't take that away. But during the day, it was my son's birthday. So we were out at the Children's Museum, right? And I was at the Children's Museum, and the dude that pulled up on me at the Children's Museum, he was like, hey, my nigga, we getting y'all back. Like, man, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? We at the Children's Museum. We at the fucking scuba exhibition or exhibit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you with kids, I'm with kids. That's what I'm thinking to myself. But it was all in good fun. But the whole day, I don't want to say classy, but more respectful way, they had pride what Kurt Signetti had done to their program, done to their state. Yeah, so like it was cool, right? The Michigan thing was more like, fuck you, middle fingers, and it was like mad disrespectful. This was like, you appreciated it, you know what I'm saying? Because they was rooting for their guys. And then once you got to the stadium, and you seen, you know how they put the coach on the Jumbotron and they fans go crazy. So they had a great turnout. We had a great turnout. But I will tell you this, like seeing the game up close and personal, just like if y'all can remember, do you remember back when Tebow played for Florida, and he was like he basically introduced the world to the RPO.
Yeah,
and it was like a real quirky thing. It was a real good thing. They played good team football, and you would say to yourself like, none of these guys outside of Mendoza would probably ever go to the NFL and do anything substantial. And that's no knock to them, but they are a great fucking college football team. Or like when I was in high school, we used to play Cincinnati Elder or Cincinnati Moeller. These were all boys schools, right? And these all-boys schools would just kick your ass because they were so disciplined. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't do nothing special. These motherfuckers were just disciplined. And you couldn't be as disciplined as them for as long as they could. And that's what it felt like. Like these guys were just go hard, play hard. We're not as talented, but we're going to have 3 or 4 guys around the football. When we break on the ball, it's 3, 4 guys around. When it's time to tackle, it's 3, 4 guys around. They're not running amazing routes. They're just finding the hole in the defense. They're going to stand there. They're going to catch the ball. They're going to get 4 or 5 yards. And then all of their explosive plays are built off of like these singular looks. And so they beat us fair and square. I don't make no excuses. I don't pout about it. I don't bitch about it. But you dig off that field and say, okay, like we seen who they were. But me personally, I'm speaking for myself, not the team. I was like, I didn't think that they were that good. But when you go out there and play them, you're like, these dudes are a lot better than what was anticipated.
Does anything stand out to you guys about the college football playoff draw? Does anything stand out? Notre Dame's out, Alabama, Miami in, the seeding. I'll start. The 11 and 12 seed thing is just super frustrating. Tulane and James Madison. Just watching, I don't know. To me, it feels a bit like a bye.
So you don't think they deserve to be in? Is that what you mean?
No, I don't think you rank the top 12 teams. I don't think any sane individual would put either of those in the top 12.
Yeah. So they take the top ranked, conference championship after the top few teams.
Power 4.
Power 4, yes.
Yep.
I think it's fair. These guys are playing D1 ball.
That shit ain't fair.
These guys are playing D1 ball. Yeah,
you would think it's fair.
Of course I would. So listen, I played in Akron, right? We won the MAC championship. Let's just say it was the same, way. Like, yes, I want an opportunity to play at the national championship. I'm a D1 athlete. I'm not playing 1AA. I'm not playing Division II. But, we play against Ohio State. We played against Penn State and all of that. Now, what if we go and run the table and we play,
There's no chance. There's no chance.
Happens, yes, we want an opportunity to go ahead and win.
I hear you. And I don't think anybody's saying if Akron or James Madison or Tulane or anybody played in Ohio State at the beginning of the year or any CFP team and beat them and then continues to run the table, their ranking alone, just their ranking, not their little Sun Belt Conference championship, their ranking would put them in the top 12. So I think we're discounting what teams do to build a resume, and we're not taking the 12 best teams. We're taking the 10 best teams and then and we're throwing 2 more in. Yep. That's what I think.
And win your conference.
Yeah, my issue with the James Madisons in the Tulanes of the world is like, look, at the end of the day, it's common sense, right? Like, not saying they can't go in and win a game, but the chances of them to go in and run the table and win 4 games against teams that have better talent, better coaching, bigger, stronger, faster. This is not basketball. This is not a situation like what Maurice was just saying, where you have those teams that are very disciplined, pass the ball, set screens, run the clock out, and do things like that. Football is a different sport, right? Football is a different sport. And the chances of one of those schools literally going in and beating a Georgia, let's run it. Let's say you go in, you beat a Georgia, right? You beat a Oklahoma, you beat Ohio State, right? And then you beat a Miami. That shit ain't happening. That's not. You're not in a big boy conference, so how do you get invited to the big boy dance? That's really the way that I look at it. Because right now we have teams that are in the big boy conference that are being excluded from the big boy dance because they're saying that they didn't have enough big boy non-conference games on their schedule. To me, like, that's the biggest issue with me with the college football playoffs is that guarantee. And no disrespect to any of those schools in those levels at the end of the day. But again, truth is the truth. And it's not, I'm not saying, because I've seen what App State has done over the years, right? I've seen what I think like Coastal Carolina, these schools that come up earlier in the season, take down the Michigan, take down, a Clemson or Miami or whoever it is. But to believe that a team of that stature is going to get into the college football playoffs and run the table, you're definitely not letting the top best 12 teams in there. You're just not.
Them teams can never become a top team, is what you're saying?
Yeah. You shouldn't be in the big boy tournament.
The way I look at it is, you got the James Madisons and the Tulane. If just that alone, getting into the playoffs, helps them with recruiting. You know what I mean? It helps them. And so if you get enough of these guys over the years and they continue to play well, they may earn that spot to be there. You know what I mean?
No. What you do is earn a spot to get into one of the big boy conferences.
Or that too, but you can't do that without the recruits, right? So this is a stepping stone for them. So that's why I think it's fair. It helps kind of balance it out. Like you said, this ain't the NCAA.
Mo,
right?
Mo, this is your fault.
What? How's it my fault?
Remember, I was going for Ohio State the whole game. The reason it was 3s versus 5s. That's the way I was looking at it. It was 3 stars versus 5. That's the only reason I was rooting for Ohio State. Now they got confidence. Now they swagging out. Right? Now Alex really think he gonna be able to beat me in this basketball game. Imagine how hard Alex is gonna play now. No. I'm sitting there watching the game. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, come on, man.
Hey, look,
you show too much emotion. Sorry to cut you off. You show too much emotion, bro. That's how I know. I'm not even thinking about this basketball game. I'm so calm, bro. I look at you. I see how you are. Like, I can get underneath your skin easy.
You sure can.
You in trouble.
You sure can.
I was talking last week how emotional you were. Like, you were just low energy.
Yes.
All week, like you were working my shift. Just
playing possum.
Chance for Miami to get in.
Hey, listen. They should have never let us in. They should have never let us in, Mo. They should have never let us in, Mo. They should have never let us in. Hey. You're right. You're right. They should have never let us in. They shouldn't have.
Yeah, no.
I'm 100%. I'm talking shit and I'm being excited. I'm being emotional, but I'm 100% confident. And if you look at everything that was being said over the last 4 weeks, not coming from Hurricanes, everybody was saying Miami's going to be a dangerous team in the college football playoff. Just how it's built.
Sorry, A&M's favored by 4 right now at home. I think that line moves closer for Miami.
Yeah.
As we get closer. Yeah.
So here,
I don't care about no line. Only lines I care about is O line and D line. We finna dominate their ass.
No, I'll give you 2 things. In part, for that reason of I'll tell you this. I told this to you, Brian. I think we were paying too much attention. I think what our Michigan game was for us, our Indiana was their version of our Michigan game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they want to get their get back.
So as bad as we focused on that game, Indiana looked at us like this is our Super Bowl to play Ohio State. Mm-hmm. And I think just emotionally, I've said it before. You remember I told you, you ever fought somebody and they just fight you so hard, like ain't shit you can do to beat them? Yeah. Remember I told you about Johnny Favors? I was fighting Johnny. Well, nothing I could do to fight and beat Johnny.
I remember a different story about Johnny Favors.
Johnny the man.
Yeah.
Johnny the man with the van.
So Johnny that's God rest his soul, and I feel bad even saying it, but that's how I thought Indiana was to us. Like it was just this go hard, super hard fighting team, and so that's what it was. But in regards to the college football playoffs, I don't know how you can fix it, but this is how I looked at it. I'm happy that it's not the BCS and that a computer is doing all the computing. And so what I can say is that at least we're in a better spot than we used to be. And hopefully just this whole thing with the Notre Dame Miami thing that came up, hopefully you can have a different conversation to then turn the Titanic just a little bit more. And I know we talk about college football and we talk about the coaching openings or when the coaches can switch over from school to school. We said the same thing about NFL, not the NFL, the NIL and the salary cap we would like to put in place. Like, hopefully all of this stuff just works us to a spot, right? In regards to James Madison and Tulane being competitive, I don't know. You make good points. Like, I can hear what you're saying is that, hey, they've played, they've been competitive, but do I think they have a chance to win? I don't think so.
Who you got to think, who did they play?
I don't know.
To have the record to deserve to get into the big dance. You got
the rules, bro.
I give you two things. One, I don't know who they've played. Two, I don't think that Tulane or James Madison are the top best 12 teams in college football.
And I agree with that.
Yeah, no, and so so just like this, I'm not hating on you can't hate the fact that they won all the games that they won to get to the position, right? Yeah. And you can't hate the fact that the rules are what they are and they're just participating. It's like just like that flag with Miami, it's not like James Madison about to be like, oh, man, don't put us in. Put Notre Dame in. Yeah, nah. Yeah. And I'm telling you right now, James Madison is probably being galvanized by Kurt Signetti and Indiana because that's where he came from. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they're probably saying like, hey, man, if we catch steam and we get it together, like we could win. And it's the same thing with Tulane. Tulane is probably saying to themselves like, hey, man, we'll win if we get a chance. So
I believe
the scheduling.
I believe Duke. Alex, I agree with you 100%. The rules are the rules, but when Brian asked the question, what do you think about the college football playoffs? So I was just getting my opinion. I believe Duke should be in, even with 5 losses. At the end of the day, somehow you were able to win the conference.
Yeah.
And you were in the conference championship game,
and you won.
Right, against an 8-4 team,
Virginia,
that was ranked, and you were a huge underdog, and you pulled it off. So I understand why they're in. Mm-hmm. Now, my opinion, would I think Duke is one of the top 12 teams? No. Do I think Tulane and JMU are none of the top 12 teams? No. The rules are the rules. I'm accepting it. But again, my opinion, I wouldn't want those 2 teams in there just because at the end of the day, the playoffs should be about the teams, that actually have a chance at running the table and winning. And look, looking at the 12 teams in there now, realistically, there's probably like
what?
I said realistically, there's probably like 3 to 5 teams that actually got a chance of running the table.
Yeah.
Guys, sorry. Got blown out by Ole Miss. 45-10. Not super surprising.
Yeah.
Any guess to who their other loss was to? No, it's an acronym. UTSA.
Wow. Who was that?
Mo, what I told you when they started doing the Central
University of Texas San Antonio. They got blasted 48-26. And this is a team in the college football playoff. That's the part that's nuts to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but like we said, when you watch the selection, even some of the guys who were on that board were saying we need to fix it. You know what I mean?
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But the rules are the rules.
Yeah,
And
I'm
maybe
not. They just followed the rules. I have no issue. Like that's their only choice. They have to follow the rules.
Maybe you have different brackets, right? You have mid-major, power forwards. You're gonna have yours, and then it all comes in and you play there. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Yeah.
How do we feel about the way Notre Dame reacted to missing the playoffs?
By pulling out? Like,
Pause. Yeah.
You caught yourself.
no, I wasn't about to say
going.
that the first time. So, but dang, yeah, you're right. From withdrawing themselves from the
they're just their reaction to missing the playoffs.
Sore losers. You know what I mean? Sore losers. I mean, they have been ranked in front of Miami for forever, for real. And then Miami made it, and they're like, yo, nah, we got snubbed, man. We're not playing in the bowl game. What does that do to the athletes who want to play? Who want to make a name for themselves, who maybe have one more shot to get some film to play in the NFL. I think as an organization, that was a poor move. Just sore loser mentality.
Yeah, I agree. That was sore loser mentality.
I don't think Marcus Freeman had anything to do with that decision.
No.
I think if he had to sign off on it, it's because he had a gun to his head.
Yeah, no, I thought it was just more business and brand protection. And I just, my opinion was, and I talked about it online, that I thought that Notre Dame was like, we don't want to be playing in the Pop-Tart Bowl. We don't want to be playing in the Cheese Bowl.
Right.
We don't want to put, and really it's a flex to be independent. Like basically I'm going to hold my nuts on you and say, bitch, I don't want to play in this bullshit bowl. And it's easier for me to go into the offseason thinking I got done wrong than to have our fan base show up to us, something that we don't think aligns to our brand. And what feeds my point is that, did you see what they negotiated for the next year? So what they actually negotiated was if that with the CFP, if they finish in the top 12, that they automatically get a bid. Mm-hmm. So if next year they wouldn't even be in a situation.
That was negotiated back in April, right?
Yes,
Prior.
But you're still going with that same thinking.
Yeah.
Like that thinking probably drives the decision now. Like we only want to be seen in the bracket of going to the championship brands. Like we don't want to be here. And then to me, and I'll let DJ weigh in after this, if you lose to BYU, like just because for whatever reason you don't feel like playing or guys just aren't up for playing in the fucking Pop-Tart Bowl or whatever the fuck I'm not, it's not the Pop-Tart Bowl, but it's some other bullshit bowl that they were going to go play.
Actually,
you're not playing for a ring.
It was the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Oh, you serious? Yeah, right.
I believe it was. Yes.
Yeah, like these. Okay, I'll say this. Just like we talk about these bowl games with history and some sort of like admiration. That's how we look at college football teams. Like, and that's like to Tulane and to JMU. You know what I'm saying? You look at your legacy brands a certain way. You look at these bowls a certain way. And I just don't think Notre Dame just wanted to take that risk because we even losing to this. Say, oh, I told you, they deserve where they want to be. So that's just my opinion on it. I'll let you weigh in, DJ.
I mean, we all got played over the last 5 weeks. If you really think about it, and what was done in the sports media was to put two of the most polarizing universities against each other. It was a perfect story. It was a perfect narrative, right? Like, we all continued to ask, because we had the similar record, we had the head-to-head, why did we stay so far apart? Stay so far apart. And they gave us excuse after excuse. Really what they did, it was just ratings, right? You got these two programs, polar opposite. There's already natural hate within the teams, the fan bases. So, hey, let's stretch this thing out a little bit, right? Let's stretch this thing out and see what happens. At the end of the day, everybody in the country was saying one thing, and this is the most important thing that will always exist in any form of competition, head to head. Did I beat you when we played each other? Everything else you got to say don't mean shit. Literally, don't mean shit. If we end up with comparable resumes and then we played each other, we have to go to the head-to-head. And the thing about Notre Dame is they think that they're more powerful than they are. Yeah, you're independent, right? That gives you power. That gives you moves to flex and drop out of bowl games. But it also makes you vulnerable. Because something like that doesn't happen to an Alabama. Something like that doesn't happen to a Penn State, Ohio State. Because you got a conference. You got 15 to 20 other big-time programs that are going to go to bat and fight for you. So you guys want to be independent. What it is, this is the first time ever that they've been on the outside of some shit and have felt like, if we can give an analogy of the real world, they feel like a common man now, right?
Yeah,
They've been on their high heel their whole lives. That everything is always going their way. And you just got done like everybody else has gotten done. Every major program has felt what Notre Dame is feeling, what Notre Dame felt last weekend. They just realized they're not as special as they thought they were.
You know what people need to start doing? Being brutally honest earlier on. Because, when they start talking about the head-to-head, and what was the argument people made up to that after you say, hey, the head-to-head, they start talking about, well, Notre Dame's they're better now. We just need to start telling people to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? They just think about what they say. You beat them back in September as if this wasn't the same season.
Yeah.
But I think if we just start I just think we should make sports media honest again.
But Mo, we had four common opponents, and 3 out of the 4 times we beat the teams worse.
No, but sometimes we start getting into
why are we getting into these other things when we have the major thing that we can make the decision off of?
Bitch,
we're trying to find ways.
Let's stop.
I'll tell you what I don't get. I don't get why 8 weeks ago, whatever it was, Notre Dame jumped Miami. If I'm a Notre Dame fan, that's my biggest issue in all this. I'm not a Notre Dame fan, but if I were,
no.
You can't run it to the end of the season and then you do this flip-flop.
But this is the point I'm making, because we just don't call things we allow people to do things and just don't call them for what they are when they are happening. And that's what I'm telling yo, this is some bullshit. And then they start getting into because what happens is you start to have discussions that you shouldn't even be having. We beat you all. And then you can start building a point after that. That's just my opinion. That's what I was really saying.
But Brian, the reason that it happened was the 3 weeks leading up to when they started to come out with the first polls, Miami went 1-2.
I get that.
And so the committee assumed, okay, they're on a downward trajectory, and Notre Dame is beating Syracuse by 70. And their only 2 losses are to basically the number 2 to 3 team in the country and somebody that was at number 2 at one point in time, and it was a total of 4 points. I get that story. But as Miami started to win again, the gap needed to close.
You saw this whole thing by making that move 2 to 3 weeks ago, as opposed to waiting until today.
After we beat Pitt, Notre Dame shouldn't have been above us.
Yeah.
We went on the road and beat a ranked team that was looking to go into the ACC championship. That right there. But again, if they do that steals 1 or 2 weeks of all of this back and forth that we're doing.
Hey, was SMU ranked when you guys lost against them?
What's that?
SMU, were they ranked?
No, they were not.
So you guys lost to 2 unranked teams.
What you
That
got?
probably.
We in a tournament. Look, Mo, I'm gonna do what you said. We in a tournament. What you want?
No.
He about to try to Chinese math me out the college playoff. You can't take me out,
DJ,
Alex. You can't take us out.
I'm not. I'm saying everything ain't smoke. I'm just weighing in on the conversation. I'm saying maybe this is why they were still ahead of you guys. They lost to 2 ranked teams, and you guys lost to 2 unranked teams. So they kind of just kept it there. But they did come back to what you always said was the head-to-head. That's all I'm saying. Everything ain't smoke, champ.
Everything is smoke to me, though. I'm apologizing to everybody on this show.
Hey, I got my bottle here today, man.
Everything, dog. I'm sorry. This is just, Mo. I gotta embody the energy in its totality.
Hey, I ain't mad at you.
You said earlier that there were only 4 or 5 teams who could win this thing anyways. So I love that there's 12 teams in. I think it's great for fans. It's great for players. It's great for everybody that it's more than 4. But if only 4 or 5 teams can win, I'd like to hear who you think those teams are.
I mean, obviously, I'm going to throw in Miami, but I believe Ohio State. I believe Georgia.
I assume Indiana.
I don't believe Indiana.
Oh, wow.
I think you don't understand the amount of energy Indiana expelled to do what they did in that game. And
that was
probably shouldn't have won. Shouldn't have won, right? So
let me ask you this. The winner, Indiana plays the winner of 8-9, correct? Yeah. Oklahoma and Alabama. I think they got the shittiest draw.
I'm telling you,
as the one.
I don't think Alabama's offense, the way their offense is playing, the way they're running the ball, I don't think that they can run the table. Oklahoma, they got a good defense. They got Mateer, but they're too inconsistent. Like I said, I don't know who that 4th team is, right?
Ole Miss,
to be honest, I don't think Ole Miss either. I don't think Ole Miss is built. Who else is in from the SEC?
It's Oklahoma, Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss.
No Oregon.
I think Oregon. Because here's what I look at it like this. I say Miami has a chance because of how they're built with their lines, right? I'll say Ohio State has a chance just because how they're built from the structure, from the top all the way to the bottom, right? Ohio State is a A- across the board in every category. Georgia, because they're dogs. Yeah. Like, just Georgia is in for a bloodbath. Anybody that plays Georgia is going to be limping. We talk about biting at the knees. Georgia are dogs. And then I'll go with Oregon just because we don't talk about it enough. They got speed. Like, speed. So what can neutralize big up-front guys that want to kind of play two yards in a cloud of dust?
Pitch and
go
catch.
over the top and speed.
Yep.
What happened? Was that Ohio? That was Ohio State. They played y'all a few years ago.
Yeah, and they
hey,
got a point.
Listen, y'all had them big, pretty 6'2", 210 corners. Man, they had them 5'9", 165 gangbangers with speed out of LA. Right? So, like, those are my four. Yeah, those are my four.
So listen, when it comes to Ole Miss, man, they got Tulane first round. Obviously, I'm going Ole Miss. But then they're
gonna beat Tulane. They're gonna beat the shit out of Tulane.
Yeah.
It's a bye.
Wait.
Time out. Hey, you making my point from earlier. Yeah. They're about to beat the shit out of Tulane.
Yeah, they are.
Why would you say
your
that?
Point from earlier?
Because they already did this year?
Oh, they played them already?
Yeah, I just said it.
Yeah.
Right? They beat them. Wasn't that who I said they beat?
Something.
45-10?
Yeah.
Fellas, the elephant in the room.
Dude?
Hold on, fellas. The elephant in the room. Why Ole Miss can't run the table is because their head coach is at LSU.
Yeah, your coach.
Like, Alex, that's why they're not in.
I hear you, but I also believe, like, we don't know that yet. You know what I'm saying? We don't know that.
You Cinderella story. You want a movie.
They number 6.
You want a movie ended. That shit ain't going to happen.
I'm not talking about James Madison. I'm not talking about Tulane. It's not a Cinderella story. These cats been balling.
So I'm a real boy now. You want a movie ended, man? No. It ain't happening, man. Pinocchio, I'm a real boy.
They beat Tulane. They go and play Georgia. Georgia beat them, I think, 45-30. I don't know. It was really close. It was a one-score game. Just like Ohio State and then they wanted their lick back. I believe that these cats, the Rebels, are going to go there and play the dogs and go ahead and get their lick back too.
50% of their team mind. 50% of their team's mind is.
We don't know that. You put out stats, and when you say mathematically, I can't even expect what you
facts is the most important part of a team is your head coach.
Let me put something. Let me go ahead and interject in the conversation. This is an actual fact. When I say from a coaching standpoint, it matters. So when you play, just like players matter, coaches matter. It's the reason that they pay some coaches $1 million a week, and some coaches get paid $300,000 a week. Right, complete difference. Just like what's his name? Andy Reid gets paid $20 million. Kevin Stefanski gets paid $3 million. And you see the decision making behind both people, right? But what I will say is that when you get into that elite upper echelon of coaching, and I seen it last Saturday, it is a different game, bro.
No, I know it.
And when I'm talking about what Kurt Signetti did, his in-game adjustments with his staff, like you playing chess with like grandmaster wizardry of like college. Like, so this motherfucker been coached for 40 years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. And where I think where Lane Kiffin, he grew up with his daddy, Monty Kiffin, and he grew up in football. He probably was younger than a lot of his staff, but he probably had his football knowledge was like immensely more. And you can see where they threw looks at us offensively and defensively where it was like, oh shit, they on their game just like us. I don't know if Ole Miss, who's there now, if you don't have that brain trust with somebody to tell you how to navigate that, I don't know if you get through that because it's so much situational football. It's so much like DJ can be my offensive coordinator, but DJ probably didn't watch as much film as me being the head coach, and,
right.
I'm helping to guide him. That's all I'm saying.
So, and I do not disagree with that. But what if there's that guy who pays attention to the detail, who absorbed all of that knowledge, and said, you know what, I'm ready. This is my opportunity. It ain't got to be just one person. It could be a collective. If they all had that attention to detail.
But no, so just the differing arguments is what makes sports. Like who's going to be prepared. So I'm not saying that they don't have a chance, but if you say who I'm putting my money on, and who I'm going to bet on, because you could argue both points. You could say, hey, these 3-star guys from Indiana shouldn't beat these 5-star guys from Ohio State. But I will say, just if I'm going, Ole Miss beats the shit out of Tulane, but then Ole Miss going to Georgia, and after both teams seeing each other, I'm going to say Georgia would have it's two things. Georgia would have the advantage, right? just because you have a Kirby Smart, and he knows that he's not coaching against Lane Kiffin, and there's a reason that the guy's an OC and not a head coach. And I think that you do have to have some experience doing something different in order to have success. But I will say this, and this is to what DJ said earlier and what Brian was talking about earlier. I think who comes out of the track that we play wins the national championship. I don't think none of them other people. I think Indiana emotionally, they like, hey, we just like Michigan beat Ohio State and they were done after that. We're cool. I think Indiana beating Ohio State. I think that they were like, we're cool. Hey, Kurt Signetti, cool. If you want to go win the national championship, but we didn't even think we could do this shit. And we did this, right? And I seen the joy on the field after they won that game. And I was like, it's hard to come back down here, and your stomach is sitting out here. Your quarterback is going to go win the Heisman Trophy, you all for a month, and then to say, hey, man, I need y'all to go run through all of these other motherfuckers who look like Ohio State. And here's the cat that's out the bag. How you beat us was your best foot forward. Yeah. Now people can prepare for y'all. That's your best foot forward because, okay, you got game film. We know you can play against a legit team. Can you go do that 3 or 4 times? I don't know, bro.
Who's
Brian,
going – go ahead, DJ. Yeah.
Let me take this transition because it was a perfect setup for Mo. You know what Indiana is really going to have to deal with that's going to be tough?
Being the favorite.
They ain't never been number one.
Never.
They ain't never had a target on them. Ever.
People know that.
So people know now they ain't never got people's best. Ever.
No.
So
because we walked off the field saying we didn't realize that they were that good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So compile that with all of the energy and all of the emotions pushed out, and now every team that's going to be coming at them, they got the number one spot. Oh, that's different. When you're speaking about the underdog mentality versus being favorite, like again, you start to throw in all those different variables, and that's why I think they're gonna run out of gas. I just truly believe they're gonna run out of gas, especially now that every team that they play is bigger, stronger, faster.
Do you feel like they've had the underdog mentality, right? Indiana, they've several times this year. Oregon, Ohio State, Penn State on the road, not as much, but they've thrived off of that. Like they keep saying
story.
We're the misfits.
That's his story.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now you've got teams entering the college football playoff who probably have a chip on their shoulder, who maybe didn't. I actually think Ole Miss, without Lane Kiffin, that defensive coordinator is going to galvanize that team, and I think they're going to play with some real raw emotion. I can't speak to him X's and O's and halftime adjustments and what that looks like, but I think they come more fired up to prove who they are without Lane Kiffin than they would have with him. So I actually like Ole Miss. Georgia, I think, will have a chip on their shoulder, even though they won the SEC, not being the number one seed, and they're going to play to that. Ohio State absolutely comes out with a chip on their shoulder, losing 13-10. Last game sort of inside the regular season 2 years in a row. We saw what it did to them last year.
Yeah.
Same score, right? Last game. They're going to come out ready to roll. I do think the national championship does come out of the bottom half of that bracket between 2 and 3, Ohio State and Georgia, ultimately. But I'm pulling for Indiana to get back.
Hey, say Miami.
To the finals.
Say Miami.
So I'm going to tell you about.
Let's not play that game, Brian. No, say Miami. Let's not play that game, Brian.
If I say Miami, I'm going
Miami.
against
You
Ohio
want to know
State.
why? We ain't got nothing to lose.
Hey, so DJ,
We ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Up until noon Sunday, we didn't think that we was in. We ain't got nothing to lose. That's why we dangerous. It's gonna be reckless.
Let me tell you two things, DJ. So I'm gonna end with my second thing first. So the first thing I'll start right here. So I'm rooting for y'all just so we can get back on the field, we can play, and we can have a part 2 from 2003.
Yeah.
Then I'm rooting to play Georgia because they fucked us over in 22.
Yeah.
And then I'm waiting for Indiana. I want Indiana to make it. So you got your revenge tour. Listen to me. I have my own revenge tour, so we all got our stories, and somebody gonna be right. You know what I'm saying?
But listen, if one of us is right, we all won, right, baby?
Yeah.
Hey, but listen, hey, I'm locked in now. Don't think if y'all do. Listen, you're invited to the parade. If I'm invited to y'all parade,
Yeah, 1,000%.
I go talk to Kristen Ball. It's gonna look awkward as hell. You
gonna
be in the buzzer. Hey, you gotta go talk to the day, all them. Hey, just my guy. This my +1.
No, we got a whole season of hanging out together. Look, I'm actually happy because I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna actually come and help sell shirts. If that happens,
Let's do it.
I'm gonna be at a Dime Life store. Out of respect for my man ST, I'm gonna throw his shirt on, and I'm gonna be behind there slanging shirts for you. Can I get that role with the
Yes,
team?
you can, sir. Yes, you can.
Hey, let me just add this. Out of all of the playoff teams that are playing, the coaches can't play the game. They can only, put the X's and O's together. There's only one national championship quarterback that's playing in the playoffs.
Carson Beck.
Okay, there's two. Thank you.
Who's
There's
the other
two.
one?
When we talk Division I, though, there's only
Hold
one.
on.
You're absolutely right. I forgot Carson was in there. But there's two. Trinidad Chambliss. He's got two of those things. They came from Division II, but when you got a guy on the field who's used
Won
to winning,
championship.
yes, he's used to winning, he can also bring the team together.
Mo,
So
Can I say one thing real quick,
Yes.
DJ?
and then I got after you. Go ahead.
Yes.
I got next. It's a video game.
No, so what I was saying was this, right? So I was with Ohio State. Our guys were ready to play emotionally. Our guys were ready to play mentally. The only thing that I was saying was that there's another element, no matter how much revenge, and anger you have in your heart with wanting to prove somebody wrong, somebody has to put you in position to make plays.
Yeah.
So when you see either receivers running open, wide open, like they schematically got out on us, right? Or when you see us not being able to do certain things out on offense, they schematically got out on us. So I say to a point where we can say that these kids want to prove people wrong. Yeah, they can. You can have both people prepared to do that. But if you don't have the game plan or your coach doesn't adjust you correctly, then you're going to run into an issue. And that's what I was talking about, where you have elite level coaching and people who have depths and understandings of, like, I know Brian this is his first time head coach, right? And here's situational football. I know what Brian has never been involved in. He's never been involved in this situation. He's never seen this look. I've repped this 1,000 times. I'm going to throw this at Brian. You know what I'm saying? And so I just think that stuff matters at some point.
Yeah,
So does the players.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're giving the coaches a lot of credit, as you should, but Ohio State left some stuff out there too. You know what I mean? They had some good opportunities to kind of bust that game wide open.
Yeah, but I'm talking about it takes both players and coaches. I don't want to say one is more important than the other. It's like it goes together. Like
Same in there.
players make plays. Coaches got to put you in a position to make them.
And if the coaches don't put you in position, there are some players that can still make something happen out of nothing.
We can agree to
And
that.
so look, this is in response. What is it, Alex? FCS? That's what it is.
Which no, it was actually Division II.
Division II. Okay, this is a real life story. So this is in response to that. When I was with the Chicago Bears, we had a head coach, Mark Trestman, who's actually was a coach at University of Miami. In the offseason, he called a players-only meeting that wasn't on the schedule, which meant we didn't have to be there.
Right.
We get into the auditorium. He introduces the leading passer in CFL history. The guy threw for it was close. It was like 74,000. It was like a ridiculous amount of yards, right? Before he speaks, Lance Briggs raises his hand. He says, "How many yards did you throw for again?" And the guy says, 74,000. He says, "How many did you throw for in the NFL?" The room got quiet. Lance said, "Exactly." And everybody that was an OG veteran got up and walked their ass out. What you did down there is different than up here, dog.
He's been doing it though, DJ. DJ, he's been doing it.
It's different.
Their numbers.
You know what? Here's what it was.
SEC.
He was a great athlete, probably because of his size and his stature, right? He didn't get to go to one of the big time Division Ones, but again, he's been practicing and preparing against that his whole life. Again, I just think that a championship there versus a championship on this stage is a lot different. That's just it, man. Like you.
Hey, 3,016 yards, 18 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
So
But
you
I
talking
think
about
you're
this
gonna
year?
need that coach to put him in the right position.
There you go.
I was about
I hear
to.
y'all,
The
but
puppet master.
I'm just saying. Okay, why did they pay Lane Kiffin what they paid him? He's a phenomenal coach.
I'm not doubting that.
I'm not doubting. Okay, I'm not doubting Mendoza. Kurt Signetti makes these guys successful. I'm not doubting Jillian Sand. I'm not doubting Will Howard. Whoever is giving you, man. Okay, let me tell you this. On the sideline, Ryan Day is drawing up plays and he's screaming where to place the ball at. Screaming, yo, throw right here, throw right there, throw right here. That brings so much of a comfort when you jogging off that field and your coach is walking you through the game. If I've been coming to Brian for the last 14, 15 weeks, Brian is my comfort. Brian is my head. Brian is like he helps me get ready for the game. I'm telling you, it makes a substantial difference to where now I got to jog on the sideline. You were probably the OC. Who's the head coach at Auburn now or Ole Miss now?
Whoever their defensive coordinator was.
Okay.
Or is.
I got to go from Lane Kiffin, who's the offensive genius, to come to the defensive coordinator now to get my guidance. I'm just saying these nuances make a difference. I'm not doubting. I'm not saying who he isn't. I'm not saying that he can't overcome all of that. But what I am just talking about, what I seen last Saturday, Mendoza is phenomenal because of that. Tim Tebow was phenomenal in Florida because of Urban Meyer. We can probably go on and on and on about people where your coach makes you.
You know what else too? Who else left with him? That's even
Mentally though, Jerm. Mentally.
Right.
They came to Ole Miss because of him.
Right.
Mentally, a lot of them boys have checked out already.
I think it all works together. That's just my opinion. And I'm not saying you right. I'm not saying I'm right, you're wrong. But I am saying that speaking from this, I'm giving supporting arguments as to why I feel that your coach just put like this. Has any of y'all, okay, you coach people. Have you ever walked over to somebody and made them believe in themselves more than they believe in themselves?
all the time.
That's what I'm saying, like a good
But
coach.
I also coach guys who like, I got you, coach. All right, watch this. Hey, just put the ball in my hand. Hey, this is what they running, coach. I seen this. Hey, can we run this play? I've seen that too.
Yeah, we all have.
So when you say, oh, the coaches matter, I do not disagree with that. But he's coming from a Division II program with a whole coaching change when he came to Division I, and he's still having success.
Who has to manage more on a football field than a quarterback? There's not one person
not one person.
I'm saying that mindset, and like if I'm a running back, I don't have to depend on a coach for a game. Like I can go run the ball and follow block a scheme. The quarterback is the only position on the field where they're damn near still talking to the coach all game, and he's walking you through the game. And he brings. I in all of my time playing any level of football, I never had to go to the quarterback or the head coach or the offensive coordinator at halftime and walk through adjustments. I'm just saying from a quarterback position where you're depending that much, I think that person is tied to the head coach. That's just my opinion.
Look, I think Alex is the only person here that's gonna say that would take a team that lost their head coach and believe that and would put their money on it and believe that they would win this national championship. I don't think anybody else. I don't think Brian would do it. I don't think Jerm would do it. I don't think Mo would do it. We don't even know what's going on. Will ain't gonna do it. and Alex, I don't believe you'll do it. I think it sounds good, but if we're sitting here and we're saying, okay, you have $100 to put on somebody, I doubt any of us are gonna put our $100, no matter what team it is, Ohio State, Florida, Georgia, whoever it is, I doubt any of us are gonna put our $100 on the team that just lost their head coach.
Hey, who did I tell you my team was mid-season?
I like it, dog. You riding with them.
All right. That's all I'm doing.
But you also say as facts change, your opinion can change.
Not this one.
I ain't mad at you.
Going down with the ship.
Huh? I don't know. That was just a moment. I
was looking at the timer to call.
Oh, okay.
I know.
See, hold on. Look, I'm not even gonna play around with Alex and be talking like Tulane gonna be able to beat Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I'm in reality. I'm living like I already know.
Hey, look,
y'all gonna
we can play
some just like Jerm said. I'm not even playing. See, I'm not playing with that.
Hey, look, once January starts, it's about 21 days of smoke for everybody. And you are dealing with stone cold reality. Either you can play or you can't.
Yeah.
Either you're going to show up or you can't. It's either Miami going to whoop some ass or they aren't. You're going to go out there to Texas A&M and you're going to have to do it out there. That's just the reality of what it is. Like, postseason ain't preseason. I tell you that. And like this DJ, I would highly encourage you to go to that game because I'm telling you.
Oh, the energy.
Oh, I'm telling you. I have never. I will say this myself. Was you there, Alex, last year in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's when I ate that fucking cold ass pizza. It was so fucking cold out here. I'm telling you, in my 42 years of living, I have never been to a better game. It is something euphoric. It is something a night like because you know what it is. You've never experienced a night game in fucking January for college,
Right.
and it's a playoff atmosphere, playoff environment. So just for the experience as a fan, I just highly suggest it if somebody get a chance to go. I'm going to Texas to play inside. You know, we'll be at the Cotton Bowl. Hopefully, we'll see y'all there, and hopefully everything goes well for us. But if it doesn't, I'll still be happy for you. So, with that being said, every day 3 p.m. As y'all see, it's gonna be a whole lot of shit talking in the month of December and January. So join us. This may be the most shit talking. This might be the biggest range of emotion. It's gonna be New Year's, Christmas. I'm gonna keep talking shit to Will, playoff football. So it's gonna be just a whole lot of shit talking on the show. Hey, and it's fucking. I just want to criticize you for something.
You could start with his sweatshirt he wore today. I don't know what's on that hood.
What are you talking about, Will?
Bedazzled out or
pearls
something.
on that.
What is that?
Oh, he said you feel royal. He said he feels real royal. Nah, but we're gonna enjoy it. But y'all catch us out every day, 3 p.m. Start with the facts. Follow us on social media, and we're gone.